Hi everyone, my name is Julia Tang. I'm a physical therapist at Breakthrough Physical Therapy, and today I want to take you through a quick 30-minute lower body strength workout. So for this workout you'll need some weights, and I have a nice selection of dumbbells here, but if you don't have dumbbells at home, you can use water bottles, you can put some books in a backpack or a bag that you can lift or with sturdy handles, or you can just lift the books themselves. Just find something. You can use bottles of laundry detergent, anything with a little bit of weight to it that's safe to pick up and move around. You can use a pet, small child, whatever you got. So this workout is going to include your warm-up, a main workout, which is primarily strength, but we're going to do the exercise pretty quick, so you'll get a little bit of a cardio challenge too, and then we'll finish off with a cool down and stretch. Okay? So let's get started. So an important part of every workout is the warm-up. You want to make sure that your body is warm, your muscles are warm, your blood is flowing, and that you prepare your muscles for the movements you're about to do. So we're going to start off with 30 seconds of each warm-up exercise here. So I'm going to get my timer ready. So the first one is going to be just a high knee march. So you're just going to march in place. And throughout this workout, I'll be providing some low impact options. So you can get your arms in there, get that swing, and you should feel your heart rate gently start to rise. This is going to be a pretty quick warm-up, so if you feel like you need a little bit more, you can always pause the video and do a little bit more extra warm-up, or you can just double up and repeat this warm-up a second time. So we're going to switch to a butt kicker. So you're just going to try and bring your heel towards your butt. And again, you can keep your arm swinging. You can do some back and forth arm swings too, or arm circles. Just really trying to get the blood pumping, muscles working a little bit. Alright, next one is going to be a torso twist. You're going to get into a little hip hinge, slowly rotate side to side. Our core is a really important section of our body for all these motions, so we want to make sure that's nice and warm. So you don't want to be ripping side to side and cracking your back each time. It should be a slow, controlled motion. So the next one is going to be an arm swing with a cross step. So you kind of step behind, swing your arms. So you should feel those legs warming up a little bit. Heart rate starting to rise. Our last segment is going to be jumping jacks. So if you're not really ready to be jumping around quite yet, that's okay. You can do a side step jack. So you just step side to side. You can also hang out with me and do the full jumping jacks. If your arms don't go up overhead, that's okay. Raise them up to here. But if you can, get them all the way up overhead. Bring it down, and that's our warm-up. Now we're ready to work out. Okay, so for the main exercise portion of this workout, we're going to be doing 3 groups of 2 exercises each, and we're going to go 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off in an A-B-A-B-A-B pattern, so 3 times through for each 2 exercises. And so between each group, we'll take a little break, you can grab some water, and then I'll be showing you how to do the next exercise. Okay? So the first exercises, the first 2 are going to be squats and RDLs. So squat is a very basic exercise. You put your feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to hinge back with your hips and then drop your knees or drop your hips until your thighs are about parallel with the ground. So you really want to initiate this pushing your hips back and then coming all the way up, standing up straight at the top. Okay? And you can add some weights to that. You can either rack them up on your shoulders or hold them down by your sides. The next exercise is going to be an RDL. So this one, pretend like you have a stick behind your head between your shoulder blades and on your tailbone. And so you want to keep your back totally straight as you hinge from the hips. Your knees are going to stay straight but soft. Okay? So really important that you keep your back straight here. You don't want to be like this. And it's okay if you only get to here, that's totally fine. Okay? You should feel a little stretch in the hamstrings as you come down, a little squeeze in the hamstrings and glutes as you come up. So let's grab our weights and we'll get started. So grab some nice weights for the squat. You can rack them up on your shoulders and start it up. I like to rack the weights for squats up on my shoulders, but you also have the option to let them come down by your sides right here. Or if you're doing this body weight, you can just reach your arms out in front of you or hold them together at your chest. Whatever is most comfortable for you. Make sure your knees stay tracking over your feet. Keep your weight in your heels on the way down. And make sure you're really pushing those hips behind you as if you're going to sit on a chair behind you. You can even use that. You can tap onto a chair, stand back up, or if that's too much, you can sit all the way down, stand back up. All right, take a break. So there are plenty of options for the squat. You just pick the one that's right for you. So now we're going to move on to the RDLs. And start it up. So hinging at the hips. Keep your back nice and straight. Knees straight but soft. Maintain steady breathing here. Keep your shoulders back. That can help keep your back straight. And take a break. And now we're going to come back to the squats. So again, you can use weight, you can do no weight, you can use the chair to sit back to. You have lots of options here. Rack them up, and then start it up. Make sure your weight is staying in your heels. Knees tracking over your feet. Stand all the way back up straight, reaching the top of your head towards the ceiling or the sky if you're doing this outside. And break. So we're going to do our second set of RDLs. Same thing with this one. You can do it with or without weight. You have options. You just want to make sure you're keeping good form. And start it up. So keep your gaze. You want your head to be in line with your back. So let your gaze be soft. Keep your gaze about a couple yards in front of you, because you don't want to be looking up and then really arching your back. This is a great hamstring exercise, glute exercise, and core exercise. Really works on that hip hinge. So if you have to stop here, that's as far as you can go. That's totally fine. You don't want to let your back bend. All right, take a break from that, and we're going to go into our last round of squats. So I'll show you the body weight option here. If you're doing body weight, you can go a little bit faster, get a little bit more cardio challenge. And then just bring your hands either in front of you, help counterbalance, or just hold them in front of your chest. And you still want to be controlled down and up. You don't want to really bounce at the bottom too much, because that's going to put a little extra stress on your knees. But this one, you can really feel your heart rate rising. We're using a lot of big muscle groups. Keep the breathing nice and even. Feel that work start to set into your legs. All right, good job. So now we're on to our last round of RDLs. I'll do this body weight as well. So we'll really get those hamstrings and glutes working. Some deep breaths. And start it up. So here, you can hold hands in front of your chest, or let them hang down to mimic like you're holding some weights here. But make sure your back stays straight and your knees are straight but soft. That's it. Okay, so our next two exercises are going to be a reverse lunge and a lateral lunge. So the reverse lunge, you just step back into a lunge, drop your knees down to about 90 degrees at both knees, and then you stand back up. So from the side, it's going to look like this. So take a long enough step that you can keep your weight in your front heel, and your body, your trunk, should stay straight up and down. The lateral lunge, you're going to set your feet nice and wide, about double shoulder width apart, hinge back into one hip, and then hinge back into the other hip. So really important, your feet should face straight forward with this one. Keep your weight, again, in the heel of your foot. Chest forward, and your hips are going straight back. Okay, so let's get this interval started. You can grab weights again for this one. Just drop straight down into the reverse lunge. We're going 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 3 times through each exercise again. Make sure you keep your core engaged. Your trunk should be totally upright during this exercise. You're going to drop straight down between your legs. Don't let your chest lean forward. Good. All right, so then we're going to go to the lateral lunge. I really like this exercise because it's a lot of glute strength and a little bit of side-to-side strength. Turn it on up. If you're using weights like me, you can frame your knee just like this. Let the weights drop on either side. Or you have the option to rack them up and sink down that way. If you're using one weight, like a backpack or a kettlebell or something, you can also hold that one weight right in front of your chest, or let it drop between your legs here. So lots of variations depending on what type of weight you're using. Make sure your knee is tracking straight over your foot and your hip goes behind your knee. Good. Break. And then we're going to come back to those reverse lunges. So I'll do them sideways this time so you can see. Start on up. Keep your whole body nice and vertical. Feel your core engaged, knees dropping to about 90 degrees. You don't have to tap your knee onto the ground. No need to bang it down. Just control coming down, control standing up. This is a bit of a balance challenge too. kind of a single leg exercise since there is a portion where you're just supporting yourself on one leg. Good. All right. Quick break, 15 seconds here. And then we'll start it up with the lateral lunges again. All right, start it up. Make sure your hip is sinking down right behind that knee. You don't want your knee to flare out to the side. So keep your weight in the middle of your foot or towards your heel. Push your hips straight back. And you'll probably feel a little bit of a stretch on your inner thigh on the straight leg as well. That's okay. If you can't get down this deep, that's fine. Just do what you can. All right. So now, just like that, we're on to the third round. Easy. So I'll demonstrate the last round body weight just to make sure that, just to show you how it's done. So you can go a little bit faster if you're just doing body weight, but still trunk upright. And this is the last set here. So really try and get a good leg burn on this one. Keep your breathing nice and even. All right, take a quick break. And then just like that, we're on the last set of lateral lunges. Just one more set before we move on to our next group. All right, so sink down, push your hips back. Just this one more group before we're taking a little break. You can get some water. So really try and push it here. And as you can see, we're going through these exercises pretty quick. So you should feel that your heart rate is staying up. So you're getting a little bit of a cardio workout here too. I like doing strength training this way because it's more efficient. This supersetting, so one exercise then another, it's more efficient, so it takes less time, and I can keep my heart rate up throughout the whole workout. Instead of just doing a few repetitions of a set and then taking a 5-minute break and then come back to it. All right. That's it for the reverse lunges and lateral lunges. Grab a quick drink and we'll be right back with our last group of 2 exercises. So for our last group of 2, we're actually going to bring it down to the ground in single leg glute bridge. I really like single leg exercises because it forces you to focus on one side of your body. So you're going to lie on your back, get your core nice and tight. One leg is going to stay, your thighs are going to stay parallel, so lift one leg, keep this leg totally straight. Use your core, squeeze your glutes, and lift straight up. Okay, so then we'll repeat that on the other side. Starting with that left leg down. And go. So really feel a good squeeze in your glutes. Keep your core engaged. You don't just want to arch your back to get up. You want to be squeezing with your glutes. So it's really important to keep your ab muscles engaged here. For a little bit extra challenge, you can raise your arms above your shoulders. This gives you a smaller base of support, makes it a little bit harder to stabilize in that single leg glute bridge. So you should really be feeling the burn here. Try and push through the heel of the foot that's down. Make sure this lifted leg stays totally straight. Okay. Quick break, and then we're going to go to the other leg. Just enjoy this little break here. Take some deep breaths. Lift that leg up, and here we go. So you want your thighs to stay parallel the whole time. If you lift your leg up, this actually makes it a little bit easier for this lifted leg. So we want this quad to work just a little bit here. Keep that core on. Raise those arms up if you want a little extra challenge. And I can really feel my right glute is working along with my core. So this is a great single leg exercise. All right, good work. So that was round 1. Now we have 2 more rounds to go. Enjoy the break here. Breathe deep. Start it up. Just 45 seconds. You can do anything for 45 seconds. 3 times, of course. And relax. And we're going to do our second set on the right leg. Enjoy the break here. And start it up. This is set 2 of 3. So really make sure you're keeping your core engaged throughout the whole movement. Keep your hips level. You don't want your hips to drop one way or the other. Keep these really level in here. Raise your arms up for that increased core challenge. And relax. All right, last set. This is our last 2 sets of 45 seconds before you're all done with the strength portion of this workout. So really push it here. And start it up. So I really enjoy working out to music, so if it helps you, you can turn on your favorite workout music and get it going. Music really helps motivate me, so the workout seems to pass by even faster. Feel the burn. Embrace the burn. That burn is your muscles telling you that they're getting stronger. And break, and we're going to go to the last set on the right, coming up right here. Last one. You have it in you. Let's get it done. And here we go. Just 45 seconds. Hopefully you're sweating by now. I definitely started sweating during the warm-up, so that's a good sign of a good workout. Especially if you're in hot, sunny California here. You're almost done with the strength portion of the workout. Keep pushing it. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze those abs. And relax. And that is it for the strength portion. All we have left is the cool down. So cooling down from your workout is also really important. So we're going to go through a few stretches here. Your muscles are nice and warm from the workout, so now's a great time to stretch them out. Use that elasticity of the muscles, and so don't skip your cool down. Okay? So we're just going to go 30 seconds through of each of these stretches. Let me get my timer. All right, starting with a wide-legged forward bend. First, try and keep your back straight. You can kind of stretch side to side. You should really feel a good stretch in your hamstrings. It's okay if you can't touch the ground. You go back and forth. And then let your head be heavy. Let it fall down. You can rotate your head side to side. All right, and then we're going to come up. We'll do a quad stretch on the left leg. So, stand up nice and tall. If you need to, you can hold on to something for balance. Keep your knees together. Keep your hips level. And just stretch out the front of that quad. You can also get a nice little chest stretch here. Each one of these we're holding for 30 seconds. Switch to the right side. Turn so you can see. Keeping your body nice and erect here. Tall and upright. So next one, you can lean on something sturdy like a wall and just get a good calf stretch. So you're going to put one calf behind you, one foot in front to support, and let that heel drop towards the ground. Breathe, sink into the stretch. You can bend your knees slightly. You should feel a little bit lower in your calf. So the big calf muscles, which are used for power moves, are called your gastrocs. And so when you keep your knees straight, that focuses on the gastroc. Go ahead and switch. When you bend your knee, you get a little bit lower into that lower calf, which is your soleus, which is used for more endurance activities. So both are really important, so it's important to stretch both of them. So you can go back and forth between straightening your knee and bending your knee. So next we're going to get into the hip flexors. So put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and make sure your pelvis is kind of straight up and down. You don't want to lean forward. And you can reach your arm overhead, lean away from the leg that's in the back. You should feel a stretch throughout your whole side, as well as a good stretch into that hip flexor. Switch sides. So from the side, it looks like this. Make sure you kind of tuck to your pelvis under, reach up, and then lean away from the leg that's in the back. Alright, so the next one is going to be, we're going to come down to the ground. So, move this a little bit here. You're going to cross your ankle over your knee and just sink into that stretch. So if you walk a little bit closer, you'll get a little bit more stretch in the glute. If that's too much, you can always back out of it a little bit. Just trying to get a deep stretch in the glute. Go ahead and switch sides. So the closer you get, the more of a stretch you get. But this is a nice figure 4 glute stretch here. So we just have one more stretch after this, and then we'll be all done. Last one is a butterfly stretch. So you put your feet together, try and get your knees down to the ground, keep your back straight, and then lean forward as much as you can. Also grab your feet to help you lean forward. You should feel a nice stretch on the inside of your thigh here. So try not to let your back slump over. Keep your back nice and straight as you lean forward. Bring your chest towards the ground. All right, and that is it. You've just completed 30 minutes of a lower body strength workout. Great job. See you next time.